What I remember about September 11, it was early in the morning. I received a call that a plane had hit the World Trade Center. At that time, not many people thought it was a terrorist attack. Then the second one, and everything has stopped, basically. As the day went on, obviously, it was chaotic in terms of people trying to do their best, trying to help, but they couldn't get into the city from New Jersey. And one of the most gut-wrenching experiences that I ever had in my life was when I finally got home. I was exhausted, I was tired. I had an elderly couple waiting for me in the lobby. And in the lobby, they had been waiting there for hours for me. And they wanted to know if I had any information about the son who worked for Cantor and Fitzgerald. And I couldn't even tell them. That's you know, they were neighbors of mine. The father still lives in the building, and I didn't have any information. You know, they lost their son in the attack. And I'll never forget that day, as long as I live. Because I just felt so helpless, and so I just couldn't do anything for them. And then the days that followed, they would keep asking me, you know, do you have any information? And I think the son had two daughters, two little girls, and if I remember correctly, they had purchased a condominium to be close to the grandparents in the same building. And you know, as the years went on, you know, we always talked, and the mother passed away, and the father's still there. And it's like one of those things you just don't forget. You know, every time I see him, I think of that day. It's just horrible. You know, our way of life was changed forever. I see it every day. I see it in the discussions in Congress. I see it in the discussions on foreign affairs committees. I see it in the way we deal with other countries. I live it every day, being in Congress on the Foreign Affairs Committee. And we just have to accept it and just be ready. You know, there are other stories of, you know, of people. We had one of the architects that we would hire to do some work in West New York when I was the mayor. Her daughter's husband was lost at the World Trade Center. I had a friend of mine that when I was single, we used to do the laundry together in the laundry room. He was lost on the plane that went down in Pennsylvania. You know, in this area, we all were part of it, basically, because so many people work in the city. And I'm sure that anybody that lived in this area knew somebody or heard of somebody that was lost or was hurt. But again, the emergency workers, the firemen, the police, you know, the elected officials, I have to say, they were all working right there in the ferry station in Weehawken, trying to do the best they could with the people that was there. And it was chaotic, and people were just very quiet. I remember that. People were, you know, we had some people that were excited, and but for the most part, it was a look of disbelief. Like, what actually happened? I think it's important that we keep this memory alive. There's a younger generation that happened, you know, they were 10 years old when this happened. They may not be as touched by it as we were. And I think for us to have these ceremonies, it's important to let them know what actually happened.